Welcome everyone to today's expert session on global agricultural expert mastery, proudly hosted by Mui Karatu Educational Foundation. We are thrilled to have with us a distinguished official from Nexim Bank by the name Mr. Salihu. Salihu Saeed is a brother and someone we know very close. He's here with us, and inshallah, he's going to share some of his experiences with us. So we all know that Nexim Bank is a renowned bank, and is renowned for its commitment to providing financial advisory and risk-bearing services to exporters, thereby boosting the growth and diversification of Nigeria's export portfolio. Inshallah, our guest today brings a wealth of experience and insight into the various support mechanisms available to exporters, particularly in the agricultural sector. This session, inshallah, is a unique opportunity for our participants to gain valuable knowledge and ask pertinent questions about navigating the complexities of export finances, accessing international markets, and leveraging the resources Nexim Bank offers to maximize their export potential. Inshallah, Mr. Salihu, we have some couple of questions to ask you, but first of all, I'd like you to introduce yourself before we move into some of these questions.
Okay, so
Alaikum assalam.
Prof, thank you for having me. My name is Salihu Saidu from Nigeria Export-Import Bank, and I work with the Business Development Department in Kano Regional Office.
MashaAllah.
Thank you. Before we go into the main topic of the day, I would like to discuss on or say something on the mission of Nexim Bank. The main mission of Nexim Bank is to facilitate export diversification in the non-oil sector. We all know that Nigeria, 95 or more than that of Nigeria export is oil. So Nexim Bank is established to diversify the economy. And based on this, we have 4 sectors that we always try to cover. The first is manufacturing sector. And then we have agricultural sector. Then we have solid minerals. And lastly, we have services. So these are the 4 sectors that Nexim Bank finance. And we have different products for exporters in these 4 sectors. We have a product that we call export credit insurance. We have product that we call export credit guarantee. We have export development facility. We have trade finance facility. We have foreign input facility. We have local input facility. We have Nigeria Africa Trade Investment Promotion Program.
Okay.
We have rediscounting and refinancing facility. We have small and medium enterprise export facility. We have stocking facility. We have women and youth facility. Then we have Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board. So these are all products of Nexim Bank, and the exporters can access all these products depending on what you export and depending on the nature of contracts you have and the nature of the business that you are into. But I know majority of our exporters deals with agricultural products. So in most cases, they applied the export product, the export development facility.
No.
Then for the second is small and medium enterprise export facility. Then the third is women and youth facility. So I'll first explain what small and medium scale enterprise facility is all about, because that is the product that many of our upcoming exporters are into.
Very good.
So small and medium scale enterprise export facility, we call it SMIF, is designed to support export-oriented small and medium enterprises in the non-oil export value chain.
No.
The intention of the small and medium enterprise facility is to stimulate and increase deliberate funding to small and medium enterprises towards broadening Nigerian export baskets and facilitating industrialization for value-added exports. So we try to define what are small and medium-scale enterprises. So based on our own definition, if a company employment is from 10 to 49 and its total assets is from 5 million to 50 million, we categorize the business as a small enterprise. Then if employment of a company is from 500 to 199,
please turn off your mic. Please turn off your mic. While you are in here, please turn off your mic.
Can I proceed?
Yeah, proceed, Mr. Salim.
Okay. We are still on the medium enterprises. If a company employment is from 50 to 199 staff, then we categorize it as medium enterprise. And
how about the capital?
The capital for the medium is from 50 million to 500 million. That is the total assets.
No.
Yes. And some of the objectives of the small and medium scale export facility is to improve access of export-oriented small and medium scale enterprise, to attract new investment and encourage the investment in value-added non-oil export, support small and medium enterprises to cluster and associations to stock personal commodities such as cocoa beans, cashew nuts, sesame seeds, ginger, hibiscus flower for year-round export trade and improve profit margin. And diversify and increase the contribution of non-oil export revenue and value-added export for sustainable economic development. So these are some of the objectives of the small and medium scale enterprises.
And I think most of our participants are small and medium enterprise, because most of them are startups. They want to get involved into or join the export arena inshallah.
Okay.
Although we have
Okay.
some that they are medium enterprise, that they have the capital from 50 to 500 million, and
Okay.
some of them even were offered by the Nexim Bank around 500 million facility, as they've said to me. Also, this is a very wonderful input, and we would like to ask some couple of questions, inshallah.
Okay.
As to, you have already talked about the products you and services that Nexim Bank offers to agricultural exporters. And then we just want you to briefly and concisely talk about and explain the process for obtaining this export credit from Nexim Bank, and what are the key requirements. If someone falls within the small and medium enterprise, what are the key requirements and the process, the application process? What's the application process for a small and medium enterprise to be able to access this credit facility? If you could recall, we have discussed this the other day, that most of our people are left out of some of these facilities, especially from northern Nigeria, due to cultural things or religious things. A lot of people stay away from collecting loan from Nexim Bank, and leaving us with a disadvantage, or I can say we are at a disadvantage, because our neighbors have been utilizing this this window and this opportunity, and even taking more and more loans from the Nexim banks. So can you elaborate on this?
Thank you very much for this wonderful question, Prof. Talking about the businesses or the people that mostly benefit from Nexim funds. I can tell you this in my own region, that is Northwest, because I'm in Kano Regional Office. More than 90% of the companies that benefited, or that is benefiting rather, from these Nexim funds, and are even not Nigerians. They are foreigners that are based in Nigeria, having their businesses in Nigeria. They are the ones that are enjoying these Nexim funds. As you said earlier, because of our cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, and other factors. So I will discuss about the Nexim Bank process, as you said. The first thing is for a company to be a formal. That is, a company should have its CAC registration, a limited liability company. Then secondly, if the company is into export, then it must have a register with Nigerian Export Promotion Council, that is NEPC. And then thirdly, the company must have export contracts from a reputable exporter.
From reputable importer, right? From someone importing or exporting.
Yes, from a reputable importer. That is
outside the country.
Yes, outside Nigeria.
Outside Nigeria. For example, from Saudi Arabia, we will send the purchase order or the contract, purchase contract to the exporter. He can attach with his CAC and then NEPC certificate, and then this contract. What other requirements do they need apart from these three?
There is tax clearance.
Tax clearance.
Yes, there is tax clearance.
IRS, right?
Yes. Then the company will write application request to Nexim Bank. Then attach these documents. Then after that, we'll give the customer the application package, which include the KYC form, the mandate card, then the application form, which is to be filled by the customer. And depending on whether the request is for working capital or is for equipment finance. If the request is for equipment finance, it means the customer is probably buying a machine from outside Nigeria or from Nigeria. So in case of equipment financing, the customer will bring a pro forma invoice. Then in case of working capital, the customer will bring export contract, as I mentioned earlier.
Okay, that's
so these are the major documentation that is needed. Other documentation has to do with audited financials, the feasibility studies or business plan. Then lastly, the security arrangements, which bank guarantee is what Nexim preferred. But there are other security arrangements other than bank guarantee.
Such as?
Sorry, a minute, please.
So Mr. Salio has been explaining the procedure or the process of application to Nexim Bank, which he says you need a CSC, which we've been talking about, and then the certificate from Export Promotion Council, and then the export contract, audited financial account of your firm, of your company. I will recap a little bit that the Nexim Bank has categorized the small and medium enterprises, especially with regard to exporting non-oil commodities from Nigeria. And the small and medium enterprises must have at least 10 to 49 employees, or has employed around 10 to 49 people working under them, and with at least a capital is considered a small enterprise with a capital of 5 million naira or assets of 5 million naira to 50 million naira. And then the medium enterprises with 50 to 199 employees, and then a capital of 50 to 500 million naira. What I would like to add to some of our participants is that, should in case you don't have the capital and you have like minds like you, 3 or 4 or 5 people that can raise 5 million naira, you can establish a consortium or a cooperative export. Now, within your own community, you come together and you pull out your resources and you establish a small firm, a small enterprises. These small enterprises, you can use it to access the Nexim bank's facilities. As he has made mention, majority of people that are benefiting from these export facilities are foreigners. They are not Nigerians. They are foreigners. So you need to take note of this. At least buckle up as Nigerians and do the needful. Ask questions where we have questions. Ask professionals to explain these points step by step. Never get tired, because most of our issue is that we don't like to push harder. When we start something and we realize it's a bit difficult, then we become reluctant and will not push further. And that's one of our major problems, especially in northern Nigeria and northern youth, to say. So, inshallah, I believe Mr. Saliu is here because I want him to tell us more about the non-bank guarantee that can be issued to the Nexim Bank in order for them to issue some of these facilities or to give us these facilities and develop our export business. Over to you, Mr. Saliu, if you're back. Hello? Mr. Saliu, are you there? So he's going to join us shortly, inshallah. I believe he is trying to get something. He is going to join us shortly. So these are some of the things that we're saying in this expert session. We'll bring people here and give us one or two inputs that we believe will go a long way in supporting our cause of exporting non-agricultural product from northern Nigeria. As an economist, I know quite so well how export is beneficial to a nation. It helps in rejuvenating the GDP. Believe me speaking, it can increase the GDP of a nation. It can solidify the strength of our currency in the international market. As such, things are going to be much more cheaper when imported into the nation when we have a very strong currency. So whatever we import from outside the nation will not be so expensive for us within the country, and things will prices will come down of most of the commodities imported from outside the nation. If we have very strong currency, we can change a small amount of naira and then import a lot of goods. On the other hand, if like now that we're maintaining a weak currency, it is high time for us to pay attention to export. Only export can strengthen our currency, and plus our product will be much more competitive in the international market. Because when you have a weak currency, like Nigerian naira is a bit weak, is an advantage to us. I've been saying that to a lot of people, that weak currency or strong currency is not the problem. The policy as to what to do when the currency is weak or when the currency is strong is what really matters in an economic arena. Why? Because if you have a weak currency, it means that your product will be more competitive to our buyers, international buyers. They will change few dollars and buy some lots of product from us. When they buy lots of product from us, that will enable us to expand and employ more people to work within the country. That means employment is going to rise as a result of what? We have weak currency compared to other countries' currency. And exportation will what? Will boom, and a lot of people will now find jobs. And then as a result of that, crime rate is going to automatically reduce, more employment opportunities will be provided, and the nation will live in peace, and per capita income is going to be higher, GDP is going to grow, and the nation is going to be wealthier. So that's why we are doing this, to encourage most of our people, especially the northern region of Nigeria. When we do this, I believe if we do this with the potential we have in northern Nigeria of agriculture, I strongly believe we're going to get out of this mess sooner than later. The issue of insecurity will disappear. A lot of other issues are going to disappear. If we don't utilize these windows that are provided officially by the government, Nexim Bank is there. We failed to recognize that. We allow only foreigners to come and utilize some of these facilities of Nexim Bank. Then, believe me speaking, our country will remain poorer and poorer and poorer. Believe me, why I'm saying this is because we have lots of farmers that are farming and they bring in the goods to the market. Who buy these goods? The Chinese, the Indians, the Egyptians, the Jordanians. They're the ones buying all these goods out of Nigeria because they utilize some of these facilities. Believe me, they utilize some of these facilities and take some of these goods out of Nigeria and export these goods and then re-import their product to us. China will come in with containers full of product from China. And when they sell these products, they will now use the same containers, get facilities because they already have money. They get facilities again and then buy Nigerian products cheaper using same containers and export this product out of Nigeria. And that is why we are farming and we remain poor. We are farming and we remain poor because others are buying these products cheaper from us. Others are buying these products cheaper from us, and they're flooding their markets with our own product, giving our farmers peanut. And that's why there is every need for us and our government to come together and our people, entrepreneurs and rich people to open up their eyes. Export business is not a secret code. A lot of people don't want to spread this information around. Someone is into export, but he doesn't want any other person to know the procedure. That's what we're breaking down to you step by step. You need to know the procedure. You need to know the ABC of export and import and be able to get involved into export and import and grow our Naira, grow our GDP, and create more employment opportunities for our youth. This is the least we can do, especially some of us in diaspora. If Mr. Salihu is back, hello, Mr. Salihu.
Hello, Prof. Sorry for being off for some minutes.
And keep them engaged.
Yes,
We're talking
I was
about
trying to.
we're talking about some of the guarantees apart from financial, apart from bank guarantees that are needed.
Yes, yes. For each of the product Nexim product I earlier mentioned, it has its own security arrangement.
Now,
So for the small and medium enterprise facility, we have the irrevocable bank guarantee, as I earlier mentioned. Then we have all asset debenture. Then we have legal mortgage. And then equitable mortgage. Then we have insurance bonds. And then we have warehousing management arrangements. Then we have corporate guarantee. And lastly, we have personal guarantee. But it all depends on the sector that the company or the exporter is into. In most cases, for the manufacturing sector, the Nexim Bank management a little bit soft because they encourage manufacturing more than the just trading. So these are the security arrangement for the small and medium scale facility.
Okay, that's good. For example,
I think, have we mentioned the rate, the interest rate for the Nexim Bank?
No, you haven't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is a single digit.
Okay. What does that
just
mean to a layman?
Is just 9%.
Okay, 9%.
Yes, we all know that the current MPR rate in Nigeria is, if I'm not mistaken, is 26.25%.
Okay.
Which means that there is no commercial bank in Nigeria that will give a company loan at less than 30%. But in Nexim Bank, we give companies at 9%.
Now.
So which means if a company applied for, say, 100 million, for the whole year, the interest will be just 9 million. And the money will remain with the company for the whole year.
No.
And then it was after the year that the company will now refund the principal. and we do what we call rollover. If we roll over the facility, then it will go for another year
Now,
at same 9%. So the rate is just 9%.
now. So what kind of support, or let me allow question, 1 or 2 questions or 3 questions, then we'll go to the second segment. I think if you all have, you still have time, we'll go for the second segment after 15 minutes, if you don't mind. I will allow you to go and rest after 15 minutes, but after taking 1 question or 2, then we will send a new link. Please talk to me on the WhatsApp. Talk to me on the WhatsApp so that I can send you the new link, because this link is going to finish in the next 4 minutes. Please, if you have any question, please please raise it. If someone has any question, please just.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Usman. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, nice to meet you, Mr. Usman.
Yes, please, I wanted to thank you for the session and the plenty of information that you have already provided. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity, because it's the same thing that everybody, I'm sure, is going through because of these cultural and religious limitations. A lot of us Northerners are not accessing a lot of the facilities that are available. However, we are in a position to be able to export and benefit from the economic benefits of participating in exports and to drive those benefits that Dr. Abubakar mentioned. However, I wanted to find out if the Nexim Bank offers any kind of Islamic financing facility, because the conventional banking system is what we are limited to from our religious practices. So I wanted to confirm if these millions of people that are in northern Nigeria, I'm sure if you take a statistics, a lot of them is because of the interest rates at 9% is wonderful, but even if it is 1%, we are careful. We are prohibited, if I may use the word, from transacting on interest-based financial transactions. So please, if you will just give an explanation on the Islamic financial instrument, if available. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Osman, for your question. A lot of businesses are facing the same limitations you made mention of, and as staff of Nexim Bank, especially based in Kano, we are trying to see and convince. Are you with me?
Yes, we are. Somebody is fine.
Okay. We are trying to see how we can convince the Nexim Bank management to come up with a Islamic facility that would take care of the issue of interest. But what we need from you guys, what we need from the customers is for you to come to Nexim and write an application to Nexim Bank that you need a facility, but you don't want the facility that has to do with interest. If there is a lot of pressure from the customers or from the businesses, from the exporters, especially from North, I believe the management will do something about it, and it will going to be fast. We have started from Kano already. We have written a letter to the MD that we listed about, I think, 10 companies that wants to access Nexim funds, but they don't want a facility that has to do with interest rates. So we need more pressure from you so that we can forward all the complaints from you to the management for further action.
Inshallah. So we will come back, inshallah. We will come back and we'll discuss more. We'll give you more time for